So the steampunk look is a very subcultural genre, and it typically consists of blacks, whites, and a lot of earth tones and a lot of metallic elements and gadgetry. We have used pieces from our most recent donation and our largest donation to create looks that are infused with more color, more texture, and that are inspired by the steampunk look.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit about where that derived from?
It started as kind of a historical fiction literary genre, and then evolved into a fashion movement along with the people who were into that, who were into different kinds of historical fiction like role-playing and costume and things like that. So it's a fusion of traditional Victorian with the idea of further technological developments with technology that was available at the time. See a lot of things that look very old-fashioned, but then a lot of things that look like inventions and like little modern things. I've even seen laptop computers that have been styled with wood and brass and all kinds of things around the outside to make it look like some kind of antique contraption. All of the little guns and goggles and other accessories that you see were created by Alex Chapman to incorporate into the steampunk looks that we created with the historic garments that were donated to us.
Very cool. When did this whole movement then of steampunk start?
From what we could find out, it was around the 80s, and it's still a very underground subcultural thing. And you'll see subcultural trends where sometimes like the goth outfits from some of the clothing manufacturers or designers will incorporate different colors and elements that look more steampunk.
What kind of accessories or pieces do you think would automatically turn something into a little bit of a steampunk look?
I think jewelry can really turn an outfit into something different. There are a few local people who make jewelry, and probably also on Etsy if you search steampunk jewelry. There's a local lady who does a line called Sailor Sam Steampunk Jewelry. Cute. And she uses a lot of found objects and broken jewelry. And if you have like a dress that you love, maybe putting an old corset over the top of the dress instead of underneath it, or maybe Victorian boots, leather, utilitarian type things.
Like a thick belt with buckles or something.
Yeah, that would definitely work.
So this exhibit was a lot of the pieces, at least the vintage pieces, were donated by Elizabeth Brown.
All of the clothing pieces were donated by Elizabeth Brown. She was a costume collector in New Jersey. She became friends with Kay King through the Costume Society of America. Kay King has been the head of our department for years, and when she needed to find a place to house her collection that she was no longer able to take care of and maintain, she's 90 years old, she contacted Kay and said that she wanted to donate it to Houston Community College's fashion department. So here we are with over 4,000 pieces that we've been processing and taking care of, and the best of some of the oldest things we have, and also some of the most valuable are on display in this exhibit. We have a lot of things that are Victorian mourning garments.
Wow.
We have some of our best capelets and mantelettes on display. We do have some of the undergarments on display, like the corsets.
Oh, wow.
Bustles.
That looks scary.
Hoop skirts. Yeah, imagine wearing that and imagine trying to breathe in this heat.
No, I can't even breathe in my regular loose clothing.
No, a cotton dress seems too oppressive some days.
I like to run around my bathing suit, but it's kind of illegal.
Exactly. We do have a couple of miser's purses. They're fairly rare. Do you know what a miser's bag is?
No. Explain that.
Okay, it's typically a long, narrow bag that a Victorian lady would wear like over the side of like a small belt. And it's a purse that's very difficult to get into, and most of them are very elaborately beaded. The rings on either side slide back and forth, and in the middle is a very narrow opening that you could use to put your money in or take it out, but it's very difficult, hence the term miser's purse.
Keeps you from getting in there and spending that money.
Yeah, reminiscent of tightwads that don't want to spend money. So all of the beads on here are cut steel beads, also in the fringe. Detailed. And we were fortunate enough to have 2 of them donated to us via the Elizabeth Brown collection.
the things that they did or the ideas they had back in the day. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and it's also kind of the idea of quality over quantity, because I know I've probably got 20 purses at the top of my closet.
Oh, gosh.
But none of them are nearly as valuable or elaborate. Yeah.
This is great. Do you have exhibits like this all the time?
We have had a couple of exhibits since we moved into this space. Badgley Mishka came for Passion for Fashion last year, and they spoke at the school. Hopefully the next one to come will be in the spring semester.